Hello everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler and this is Temur Stompy. Now this is a deck that I have to show you today. This one is courtesy of Simon Park. I actually just found this while I was digging through 5.0 deck lists on Magic Online. You know, usually I find decks on the fringe and decks maybe that someone submitted or, you know, top 16 and open, something like that. But this is actually this is a legitimate deck that 5.0'd a competitive league, and I just happened to find it scrolling. I haven't seen anything like this before, so I'm really excited to share this one with you. So you might have heard of Mono Green Stompy. It's sort of a deck I've always wanted to play on here and haven't got around to it yet. It has lots of fun stuff. It plays 2-mana 3/3s. It plays a bunch of great 1-drops, so on. But it's a fundamentally different deck than this, though some of the cards are similar. You know, Shringle Geist and so on, we'll see here. But this deck is just, it's awesome because I haven't seen anything like this before. So it's the same idea as Mono Green Stompy, where you want to play a bunch of early 1-drops, etc., and then just sort of aggro your opponent out. Now, instead of being Mono Green, though, this is Temur. And that means we have access to the 1-drops you would expect, right? We have the Experiment 1s in here. We have the Narnam Renegades, 2/3s on turn 1 with Death Touch after you crack a fetch land. But there's more to that. We have Young Wolf, a 1/1 Undying creature. Now, I understand this is a Pauper All-Star, but apparently it's breaking through into Modern as well. We have Cloudfin Raptor, the Evolve cohort of Experiment 1, I guess. I remember this was a staple in, you know, Mono Blue Devotion back in its days in Standard. But so what Evolve is, and it's the same ability on Experiment 1, it just means when a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has power or toughness greater than this creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. It's actually a really cool ability, sort of, you know, it's one of the sort of throwaway abilities that they use for 1-color combination and Gate Crash, but I actually like it. I hope it comes back sometime. It's pretty simple, a lot of fun. But regardless, between that and Experiment 1, we have 8 1-drops that have Evolve. We have these Narnam Renegades, which can be 2/3s for 1 mana. We have these Young Wolves that have Undying. When they die, they come back as a 2/2. Then at the 2-drop spot, we have the Shringle Geist that you would expect, Undying, again making an appearance, and Avatar the Resolute. It's a 3/2 naturally for 2 mana with Reach and Trample, but it enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each other creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, this all sort of makes sense so far, right? We have Lightning Bolts to provide some reach. It makes use of the blue with the Spell Pierce and the Vapor Snags, provide some interaction, and Chart a Course, a nice 2-mana draw 2 from Ixalan here. But here's where we go off the rails, and this is why this deck is great. 4 Pongify, 4 Rapid Hybridization. So, this is pretty nuts. As near as I can tell, the plan with this is, and keep in mind I haven't played this deck before, is to use Pongify or Rapid Hybridization, which is it's the same card. Pongify was the first version. Rapid Hybridization is basically a reprint of it. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. Its controller gets a 3/3 instead. It's a green 8 for Pongify and a green Frog Lizard for Rapid Hybridization. But think of it this way. If on turn 1 we play a Young Wolf, that's a 1/1. On turn 2, we play whatever, say an Experiment 1. Then we attack with our Young Wolf. Okay, we now dealt our opponent 1 damage. Then we Pongify in the end step our Young Wolf. Our Young Wolf comes in as a 2/2. And so let me think how this through. Young Wolf comes in as a 2/2 and we'll evolve our Experiment 1 or Cloudfin Raptor. Then we get a 3/3 from our Pongify / Rapid Hybridization to evolve them yet again. And that sets up for some really busted turn 3s in this deck. Also, it turns out these are just removal. If your opponent's comboing you off with something, or, you know, I don't know, you need to kill something that's just wrecking you, whatever that may be, you have their removal as well. But I think the plan is to actually use them on your own creatures and upgrade them to 3/3s. And again, that trick works with Shringle Geist as well. So that's the deck. Pretty crazy. In a pinch, I suppose you can also fetch out a Dryad Arbor and Pongify your own Dryad Arbor. But anyways, that's the deck. It's crazy original in the sense that it took, you know, sort of something that kind of existed on the fringes as Mono Green Stompy and just went a completely different direction, a whole new angle with these 8 cards, and I'm really excited to see it in action. Now moving on to the sideboard. Again, a lot of 1 and 2 mana cards. I mean, we're only playing 19 lands here. One of them is a Dryad Arbor, and that's not great. But the entire deck tops out at 2 mana. Same with the sideboard. Ceremonious Rejection dispels when you need counter spells. Life Goes On against Burn, just gains 8 life if a creature died this turn. Going to be able to make that happen. Magma Spray for, you know, what have you, I guess, if you need removal. Ancient Grudge and a Braid for the artifact matchups, and Unified Will when you just need a counterspell. So that's the deck. That's it in a nutshell. I don't know. I guess we're going to have some 3/3 green frog lizard ape creatures to attack our opponents with. So let's give it a shot. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Temur Stompy.